1 a.m. She was free. 1:45 a.m. She was dead. 45 minutes. That's all Jack the Ripper needed. I'll give my real name now, she laughed. The jailer wrote it down. Catherine Eddowes. Why did she lie before? 12:30 midnight. The prison doors open. Catherine had a dirty apron and 3 coins. She had a smile that was far too easy for someone without a home. London, September 30th, 1888. Whitechapel was trembling with fear. 3 women had already died. Catherine knew, everyone knew. Saturday, September 29th, 14 hours earlier. Catherine was in Kent, 30 miles from London, picking hops for a few coins. Kate, they'd shout. Not Catherine. Never Catherine. Kate to those who knew her. She was 46 years old and looked 60. The street ages you fast. But the smile? That was young. She lived with John Kelly, 7 years together, no papers. My old man, she called him. They returned to London that Saturday, £2.50 in their pocket. A fortune for someone who had nothing. Where did they spend it? Drink. Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Catherine and John part ways. I'm going to see my daughter. See you later, old man. A lie. Her daughter didn't even know where her mother was. Catherine went to Aldgate, alone, drunk. 9 p.m. She's singing in the street, imitating a fireman, jumping, shouting, falling. An officer approaches. Bishopsgate Police Station. Cell 1, public intoxication. While Catherine slept, London was bleeding. September 30th, 1 a.m. Elizabeth Stride was found, throat cut. Jack had just killed, but he was interrupted. He fled. He was still hungry. 12:30 midnight. Catherine wakes up. Can I go now? The guard looks at her. What's your name? Marianne Kelly. Another lie. You can go. Go straight home. Catherine smiles. I'll give my real name now. She never did. 12:55. Catherine leaves. She turns left. Direction? Mitre Square. Why Mitre Square? It wasn't the way home. 3 coins in her pocket, a dirty apron, a red scarf around her neck. 1:15 a.m. 3 people see Catherine, walking, alone. One remembers the red scarf. She seemed in a hurry. 1:35 a.m. Joseph Lowenda leaves the Imperial Club. He sees a couple, church passage. The man, 30 years old, a cap, a mustache. The woman, an apron, a red scarf. Lowenda passes by. It seemed like a normal conversation. 1:35 a.m. Catherine had 10 minutes left to live. Jack the Ripper didn't choose by chance. Dark places, no witnesses, escape routes. Mitre Square was perfect, dark, isolated, 3 exits. But there was one problem. A police officer passed by every 14 minutes. P.C. Edward Watkins. 1:30 a.m., Watkins passes. Nothing. 1:44 a.m., Watkins returns. 14 minutes. That's all Jack had. 1:44 a.m. Watkins enters Mitre Square, lantern in hand. He sees something on the ground. He thinks it's a man sleeping. He gets close. What he saw, no one should ever see. It's not a man. It's Catherine. Her throat cut so deep she was nearly decapitated. Her face mutilated beyond recognition. Abdomen ripped open from the groin to the chest. Jack took parts of her. Left kidney, uterus. He took them as trophies. Watkins runs, whistle in his mouth. He screams for help. 1:45 a.m. Mitre Square is cordoned off. Catherine Eddowes, 46 years old, is dead. 14 minutes. Jack needed 14 minutes to destroy everything. Dr. Frederick Brown arrives at 2:18 a.m. Police surgeon examines the body still on the ground. The skill suggests anatomical knowledge, he writes. Surgical precision. The kidney was removed with expertise. Who was Jack? Doctor? Butcher? Anatomist? No one knows to this day. What the police found in Catherine's pockets: 2 old combs, a white handkerchief with a red border, 5 pieces of soap, a teaspoon, a piece of a broken mirror, 2 short pipes, an empty matchbox. Everything she had in the world, in 5 torn pockets. The apron? Cut. Jack took half. The other half was soaked in blood. At 2:20 a.m., P.C. Alfred Long makes his rounds. Goulston Street, half a mile from Mitre Square, sees something in the doorway of building 108 to 119. A piece of an apron, bloody. Looks up. On the wall in white chalk. The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing. Jack left a message. Long runs to the station. Returns with Detective Daniel Halls. 5:30 in the morning. Sir Charles Warren, police commissioner, arrives. Looks at the message. Looks at the neighborhood. A Jewish community. Erase it, he orders, before anyone sees it. But sir, it's evidence, Halls protests. It's fuel for a pogrom. Erase it. Now. 5:45 a.m. The message disappears. A wet sponge, no photograph, no exact copy. The only clue Jack left? Erased for fear of riots. To this day, no one knows what was actually written. 3 different versions in police reports. The truth vanished with the dirty water. Sunday, October 1st. John Kelly goes to the station. They told him they found a woman. Description: apron, red scarf. I need to see her, John says. They take him to the Golden Lane mortuary. John looks at the face, or what's left of it, recognizes the apron. He had repaired it himself 3 days earlier. Recognizes the scarf, a birthday present, 2 years ago. It's her, he whispers. It's my Kate, he cries. An officer notes, positive identification. John Kelly, partner? Catherine's daughter, Annie Phillips, is informed. She lives in Southwark, hadn't seen her mother in years. I tried, is all she tells the police, but she chose the drink. She doesn't go to the funeral. Tuesday, October 8th, Ilford Cemetery, cold morning, grey sky. Catherine is buried. City of London Cemetery, public section, common grave. Present at the burial, John Kelly, 2 neighbors, a reporter, a gravedigger, no priest, no prayer, just dirt falling on cheap wood. John leaves wildflowers. He didn't have money for a wreath. Bye, Kate. It's the last time anyone speaks to her. For weeks, the police investigate. Hundreds of suspects, dozens of theories. The man in the cap Lowenda saw, never found. The letters signed Jack the Ripper, probably fakes. Journalists wanting to sell papers. One letter, however, was different. October 16th, 1888. An envelope arrived for George Lusk, chairman of the Vigilance Committee. Inside, half a sheet of paper, and a small box. In the box, a human kidney, preserved in wine. The letter said, Mr. Lusk, sore, I send you half the kidney I took from one woman. The other half I fried and ate. It was very nice. I may send you the bloody nif that took it out if you only want a while longer. Signed, catch me when you can, Mr. Lusk. Dr. Thomas Openshaw examined it. It's a human kidney, he confirmed. Removed within the last 3 weeks. Shows signs of Bright's disease. Catherine had Bright's disease. It was in the autopsy. Jack didn't just kill Catherine, he ate part of her. And he bragged about it. November 1888, one more woman dies. Mary Jane Kelly, the 5th victim. After that silence, Jack disappears. Never caught, never identified. He never stopped because he was detained. He simply vanished. Catherine Eddowes became a statistic, the 4th canonical victim of Jack the Ripper, a name in history books. But Catherine wasn't a statistic. She had an easy laugh. She sang in the streets. She shared her coins with John. She carried a broken mirror because she still cared about her appearance. She smoked a pipe. She loved soap. She had a daughter she lost. She had a man who loved her. She had 46 years of life. Memories, scars, dreams. And she had a name. Not the Mitre Square victim. Not Jack's 4th, Catherine Eddowes. 105 minutes after leaving prison, she was dead. 14 minutes of horror, a century and a half of being forgotten. To this day, Mitre Square exists. There's no plaque. There's no memorial. Only stones where she bled. John Kelly died in 1920, 32 years after Catherine, never married again. I only ever had one Kate, he would say. He was buried far from her. He didn't have the money to buy a spot by her side. The daughter, Annie, died in 1920. She carried the weight of guilt until the end. Catherine's grave in Ilford, unmarked for 130 years. A group of activists placed a simple stone. Just the name, Catherine Eddowes, 1842-1888. It took 130 years for someone to remember to put her name there. Jack the Ripper became a legend. Movies, books, theories, morbid fascination. Catherine became a footnote. But here, now, you got to know her. Not as a mutilated body in a Victorian photo, as a person. Kate who laughed out loud. Kate who lied to the jailer. Kate who promised to give her real name and never had the chance. If this story impacted you, it needs to reach more people. Leave a like to honor Catherine. Subscribe so that no victim is ever forgotten. Share. Her name deserves to be remembered. See you in the next case, but we will never forget Catherine Eddowes, the woman Jack the Ripper tried to erase, and that we just brought back.